finally, one more thought. The law of unintended consequences, when we set out to do one thing and it leads to an outcome we never anticipated. American sociologist Robert Merton first laid it out in a paper back in 1936, though it's been kicking around since 1692, when John Locke wrote about how a law restricting interest rates might well have the unintended consequence of hurting borrowers by discouraging lending. These days, consequences we didn't intend are everywhere we look. Take the Fed, who tried to get inflation back under control by raising interest rates and managed to sideswipe Silicon Valley Bank and tech startups in the process.
What's most predictable is that they're going to come down, except we can never seem to predict what seems to be most predictable.
Not to mention rich New Yorkers getting interest-only mortgages for their Hamptons estates.
There were tons of loans to wealthy clientele that were interest-only mortgage payments.
Or the Walt Disney Company, thinking it was standing up for LGBTQ plus members of the community by taking a position against proposed Florida legislation, only to wind up with the governor threatening to build a prison next to Disney World.
People have said, you know, maybe have maybe create a state park, maybe try to do more amusement parks. Someone even said, like, maybe you need another state prison. Who knows? I mean, I just think that the possibilities are endless.
Netflix had the best of intentions to create a mega hit with Love is Blind, a franchise built with the premise of getting people who'd never seen each other get engaged, only to have it crash and burn its own network.
A huge disaster for Netflix. I mean, they made a big deal about we're going to do more live events. This is not a great start.
And maybe the most ironic of them all, Major League Baseball. And we already talked about that new pitch clock they rolled out when spring training began.
Essentially, all events in the game are going to have a clock on them, and batters and pitchers are going to have to comply with those requirements, deliver pitches on time, get in the box on time, things like that, which we think and hope is going to create a better pace of play, cut out some dead time, and really highlight and bring forward the best parts of our game, which is guys playing the actual game, not just standing around fixing their batting gloves.
But now it turns out that it has been so successful that fans don't have time to go get a beer, leading 4 teams to extend beer sales into the 8th inning. Phillies pitcher Matt Strom is concerned about the fans.
So now with a faster paced game, and me just being a man of common sense, if the game is going to finish quicker, would we not move the beer sales back to the 6th inning to give our fans time to sober up and drive home?
Talk about unintended consequences. That does it for this episode of Wall Street Week. I'm David Weston. This is Bloomberg. See you next week.